and welcome to Robot Carnage Extreme, where we get to see our competitors fight for glory outside the main competition. Let's take a look at the fight card for our 4th episode. Our main event for this episode is Trillium vs Mayhem, a Wildcard warrior battle, but also a battle between Robot Carnage and Mecha Mayhem. Before that, we have a lot of fights to get through. We start with the challenge belt as Rotator begins its defense with a new belt against the claws of Trapdoor. Then it's a game of pinball as Siren and Katrina's Revenge have a turn at the table. Katrina and Happy Slap fight for that last spot in the redemption round final. The last of the quarterfinals for the All-Stars with Xerox and Furion going against each other. Then a 3-way battle between Siren, Trapdoor and Elf 2 to claim who is the best robot of Team Siren. Another quarterfinal for the Classic Wars as Stegosaurus fights Spam for a place in the semi-finals. And then the main event with Trillium and Mayhem going head to head at the end in the Wildcard warrior fight. Time for some carnage. With a new belt to defend, it's Rotator against Trapdoor. The Spinnerbot has already claimed one belt, so will they be going all out against the Spider? Let's get down to the arena.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Another challenge belt. Defense has begun. Getting shoved by Trapdoor, the arms raised Rotator. Although they have won, they will be wanting to try and claim another belt. Bouncing off of the front of Trapdoor. Getting pushed around, and there goes the pit. Trapdoor just hitting it enough so it goes down. Rotator coming in, hitting it to the side. And now getting pushed around by Trapdoor. They're not using the arms yet. The armour is quite thick on Trapdoor, so they'll be using that to their advantage. And they've just shoved Rotator into the pit! Fantastic driving there! Rotator hitting the back, but Trapdoor using its shape to shove and scoop Rotator in and shove them into the pit! That's the end of Rotator. Trapdoor wins the challenge belt. What a great display of power from Trapdoor, preventing Rotator from claiming another challenge belt. But Rotator can go out knowing they won a prize of sorts before retiring from the Robot Carnage scene. Time for a game on the pinball table. Siren is up first to score as many points as possible. Will we see a new leader on the board? Or will it be taken by Teddy's Revenge?
3, 2, 1, activate.
Expecting a good run here from Siren. Straight into the barrels and now shoving the sphere up into the corner. Where are they going to go now? A little bit confused. Just hit something. Siren. Well, the target is down and into the other set of barrels. Plus another 25 points. Down. Some of the cones down. The balls are down. Hitting the 50-point target. Crashing through the bricks. Decent score. Will they go for the multi-ball release? They've only a couple of seconds left. And they're nearly hitting the pit. And 300 points. 5 points behind their rival Xerox. Good run though. Good run.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Now this should be very interesting. Teddy's Revenge going in, knocking round some of the barrels. Now going for the one. Nope, going for the sphere. Okay. Going for the other set of barrels. And yes, the sphere has gone in. That's another 25 points, and the bricks are down, and so is Teddy. Just falling over, headbutting the 25 points. 10 seconds left to go. Where's she going to go now? Trying to go for the multi-ball release. The wheelchair is out of control. And hitting the 50-point target.
Cease.
Only 285 points. Currently second bottom, just above Mischief Mice. Katrina and Happy Slap are about to fight to see who takes on Checkmate in the redemption round final. Who will be the second machine to take their place?
3, 2, 1, activate.
The second round of the semi-finals for the redemption round, and look at that damage already! Katrina going in with that spinning wheel and scalping Happy Slap, nearly flipping them up and over. damage already caused. Happy Slap getting pummeled into here. They are really struggling to get away, pinned into the corner. Katrina chasing them down, nearly flipping them up and over. Happy Slap desperately trying to fight back, trying to get away. Katrina just circling them. Happy Slap unsure what to do. Getting shoved around again. Another spin. Oh, what a great hit that was. Katrina lined up a hit. Happy Slap didn't get out of the way in time and bang! Straight into the side. Right where the link was that holds on to the chains. Into the corner again. Happy Slap trying to be somewhat aggressive. They're not really working. They're managing to get away. Katrina chasing them down. Sullivan with a drum. Happy Slap a little bit stuck on its flails. Not now. Katrina throwing away the lid. More hits into the side of Happy Slap. If Katrina flips Happy Slap, it's all over. They need to keep away. Katrina playing with the top lid, and both of them are in. Oh, hang on. Katrina down to one wheel. Still managing to hit Happy Slap, so they are able to move somewhat out of their circumference, so they are still classed as mobile. Just crab walking towards Happy Slap. And Happy Slap is just spinning around, not being very aggressive. Katrina is essentially in a weakened state, but Happy Slap are not taking advantage of this. Still trying just to edge towards him, just to get a hit. Sure, there we go. Some bit of control, and that seems to fix the drive. More hits into the side, and down to the last couple of seconds of the fight. And back to one wheel. Though Happy Slap have had many chances, but haven't taken any of them. Katrina been on the aggressive for most of the fight.
Cease.
Happy Slap sculpted, and Katrina receiving the judges' vote sends them to the final round to fight checkmate. A battle which will happen later on in the show. Let's take a moment as we find out more about the main event. As we know, Trillium has been in the show since day one, and has been a dominant force in the tournament, managing to take out some of the top machines. Here in Extreme, they're about to face a new breed of robot. Let's hear a few words about their opponent from its builder.
Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Murney from Team Penny, and I am entering the competition with my robot, Mayhem. Last time I entered in with Happy Slap, which was a flail thwacky bot type thing, and it was more of a fun robot, but I decided I would go with a different approach this time and go in with a flipper, but a flipper with a bit of an advantage. Now with normal Antwave flippers, they have a very high torque flipper, and that usually runs the lipo down, where Mayhem is designed in a way that it's using actually a lifter servo, and that kind of, the idea behind that is to basically be like a low pressure flipper, so it's more of an endurance robot. That's what my goal is, to outlast my opponent and hopefully get them into the pit and win a battle. The other advantage that Mayhem has as well is it's got the very low ground clearance as well for the side armor, plus the wheels are protected as well, so spinners and flippers can't really do much damage. They are a bit exposed for axe robots, but hopefully with the low energy flipper that we should outlast a very high powered opponent. I want to wish all my other opponents the very best of luck, and hopefully we come back with a trophy of some sort. Yay! Or we catch fire and stop. That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. So many times. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the episode.
It won't be long before we have that fight, but we have an all-stars fight to witness first between Xerox and Furion, an axe versus bar spinner. Who will take their last place in the semi-finals?
3, 2, 1. Activate.
The last sort of quarter-final of the all-stars, and Xerox, one hit from Furion, and Xerox is completely stopped. There is no movement in that robot at all! One hit from Furion has conked out Xerox! I mean, I knew that the robot was getting old, but
Cease.
wow! Furion through! Poor Xerox, taking so much prior damage, has conked out of the tournament. Furion makes it through. Let's have a little mayhem now, shall we? The robots from Team Siren will fight each other to claim to be the best of the team. Siren, who has not had much luck recently, is determined to claim at least another win. Trapdoor has always been there to give us good close fights with masterful driving, and Elf 2 just wants to prove the hard work into a new design has what it takes to win. Only one can win this. Sound the battle cry.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Time to see who wins this mayhem. Siren underneath Trapdoor, shoving that away. Elf 2 trying to use the flipper but didn't. Getting shoved back by Siren. And now going for Trapdoor. Spacing each other out, giving each other a bit of room to sort of work up a tactic. Get shoved and nearly lifting Siren up. That flipper hasn't actually flipped anything yet, but we might see it happen now, and it's done so! The first flip from Elf 2! Successfully lifting and throwing Trapdoor, what would have been onto its back. But of course, Trapdoor has those arms, but the fact it has to use them means that Elf 2 has managed to flip another robot. And they're all in it together, into the corner, getting shoved around Trapdoor, arms raised, piggyback time from Elf 2 on top of Siren. Charging at each other, front to front, scoop to scoop. And into the back of Siren again, pinned against the barrier, and again. Didn't flip it over, but definitely that four-wheel drive proving to be more aggressive. The pit release has gone in, gone down, and Siren has one wheel over the edge of the pit. Elf 2 and Trapdoor shoving against one another and nearly getting them in. Siren still at the corner trying to get away, and they've fallen in. Siren one wheel over the edge in an attempt to get away, spin itself round and try to get both wheels out. Unfortunately, didn't happen as they fell into the pit. Now, Elf 2 and Trapdoor going in against each other, and Trapdoor has gone into the pit! A great shove from Elf 2! Nearly would have got them in, but Siren was preventing them. Nearly in, but with one wheel over the edge, they lost their footing or their traction and fell into the pit. And Elf 2, whoa, the flipper's broken, but they win the Team Siren Mayhem. And with that performance, Elf 2 has managed to claim a victory for itself with its first successful flip and a double pitting. On to our Classic Wars last qualifier round. It's Stegosaurus versus Spam. The dinosaur should have no problem breaking into a tin of Spam, but anything can happen on this show.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And so we see the introduction of Spam, the Spam replica against Stegosaurus. Sort of running into each other. Be interesting to see what that sort of spinning tuning fork is going to do to Stegosaurus. Doesn't have an awful lot of catch points, but Spam being aggressive, shoving into them, into the sides. Stegosaurus just deflecting the attack, and a great shove and flipped Spam over! Underneath, getting it off of the ground and slammed into the barrier, throwing it upside down. Now Spam is somewhat able to drive upside down, although maybe a little bit sticky with the controls, but they are still mobile. And Stegosaurus spinning around a little bit madly into the side. Spam got a little bit more control, and Stegosaurus, everything okay? Stegosaurus trying to get away, and no! They're being counted out! Stuck in the barrier for too long! They are immobilized! I cannot believe I'm saying this, but spam have gone through!
Cease.
I did say anything can happen, and it has, proving the dinosaurs aren't the smartest creatures, knocking itself out as they send spam through to the next round of the Classic Wars finals. And now it is time for the main event. Trillium and Mayhem in this Wildcard Warrior clash. Two great looking and powerful machines about to fight for glory. It is time for the main event.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
I've been looking forward to seeing this fight since the start of the episode. And Mayhem underneath, Trillium and throwing it over! Great flip! First one nearly out of the arena, and then the second one underneath and throwing Trillium onto its back. Now Trillium can't self-right, but Mayhem managed to flip them up again and again. Not backing down. They are constantly going after the claw machine. Unable to get underneath them from the front like so. Throwing them over. Trillium self-righting. Standing off against one another. Trying to get underneath another throw from Mayhem. Trillium trying to get away. Not succeeding. Clamped in by Mayhem. Pushing against Mayhem now. They're not able to get underneath. Mayhem is very low all the way around. Just like so. Underneath the sides of Trillium. Throwing it around. A missed flip there. But a successful one there. And going after them again. Trillium's claw is raised up high. Bouncing off of the pit. Release tire are now activating it. And Mayhem circling around it, trying to get away, luring Trillium on. And underneath Trillium again. Nearly getting them over, but they didn't raise the flipper quick enough. Otherwise they might have had Trillium out of the arena. Shoved back by Trillium. Circling each other. Another couple of grabs, the claw raised high, ready to grab hold of Mayhem. And Mayhem too low at the front. They're not getting a clean grab. But Mayhem is looking for any catch point it can, like so. Into the corner again. Pinning Trillium in. And down to the last 10 seconds. It's been a really good fight. Another pin underneath. Trying to get underneath him again for one last flip, but I don't think it's going to happen. Missed this time.
Cease.
Oh, great fight. A great fight to end the night, with the judges going for Mayhem as the winner of this Wildcard Warrior battle. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. And join us next week for an episode of ferocious fighting, with Nitro taking on a new machine in Precious, both semi-finals of the All-Stars and Classic Wars tournament, and the main event, a battle from the Classic era, where Atomic and Hypnodisc do battle in Antweight Farm in the Robot Carnage arena. You don't want to miss it.